Ever found yourself wondering if all carbs are really created equal? In the grand scheme of dietary discussions and nutritional debates, this is a question that has been asked time and time again. You're not alone in your ponderings. Many people are bewildered by the complex world of carbohydrates, or as we affectionately call them, carbs. Carbohydrates are not just a part of our diet, they form a significant cornerstone of human nutrition. They're the starch in our bread, the glucose in our fruits, the lactose in our milk. They're that crunchy goodness in our morning cereal, the sweet delight in our afternoon snack, the comforting warmth in our evening meals. But why have carbs become the topic of such intense debate in the world of nutrition? Why are they discussed with so much fervor and scrutiny? Well, over the years, carbohydrates have been blamed for an array of health issues, from weight gain to heart disease. This blame has been so severe, so relentless, that it has led many to view carbs as dietary villains, the black sheep of nutritional world. But are carbs really the bad guy? Or are they simply misunderstood, misinterpreted, maligned without merit? Maybe they've just been at the wrong place at the wrong time. Or perhaps it isn't carbs in general that are to be blamed, but rather specific types of carbs that are the real culprits. What if I told you that not all carbs are created equal? That's right, just like people, carbs have their own unique characteristics that make them good, bad, or somewhere in between. They come in different shapes, sizes, and types, and their impact on our bodies can vary greatly. For instance, simple carbs like sugars are easily digestible, giving you a quick burst of energy. These are the carbs we often crave when we need instant gratification. On the other hand, complex carbs like fiber and starches take longer to digest, providing sustained energy and making you feel fuller for longer. The truth about carbohydrates is much more complex than the black and white, good and bad dichotomy we often hear about. It is a rich tapestry, woven with intricate details and nuances that need to be explored and understood. And that's exactly what we're going to do. Ready to challenge your preconceived notions about carbs? Ready to dive deep into the world of carbohydrates and discover their true nature? Ready to cast aside the misconceptions, the half-truths, and the outright lies and finally uncover the real story of carbs? If you are, then stick around. Because together, we will unravel the truth about carbs, and in doing so, revolutionize the way we see, understand, and interact with this vital part of our diet. So, are you ready to challenge your preconceived notions about carbs? Ready to dive deep into the world of carbohydrates and discover their true nature? Stick around and we'll unravel the truth about carbs together. So, what exactly are carbohydrates? You've probably heard this term tossed around in health and fitness circles, but let's break it down to its core. Carbohydrates, or carbs as they're often called, are one of the three macronutrients, the other two being proteins and fats. Now, what does macronutrient mean? It's a type of food that our bodies need in large amounts to function properly. And carbohydrates are a crucial part of that trio. Carbohydrates are essentially compounds made up of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen atoms. Picture them as tiny little energy factories. Their primary role is to provide energy for our body, particularly for our brain and muscles during physical activity. In the world of carbs, there are simple and complex carbohydrates. Simple carbs are like quick energy boosts. They're found in foods like fruits, milk, and sugar-sweetened drinks. Complex carbs, on the other hand, are more like slow-burning fuel. They're found in foods like whole grains, beans, and vegetables. So, how does our body utilize these energy factories? Well, when we consume carbohydrates, our digestive system breaks them down into simpler sugars, primarily glucose. Glucose is then absorbed into our bloodstream, causing a rise in blood sugar levels. This rise signals the pancreas to release insulin, a hormone responsible for ushering glucose into our cells where it can be used for energy. But here's the kicker. Not all carbs are created equal. While some carbohydrates get the thumbs up for a healthy lifestyle, others can be less beneficial, even detrimental, leading to energy crashes, weight gain, and health issues. In essence, carbohydrates are a crucial part of our diet, providing the energy we need to function. But it's the type of carbs we choose and the balance we strike that can make all the difference to our health and well-being. Now that we've grasped the basics, it's time to delve deeper into the world of carbs. Not all carbohydrates are created equal, but how do we tell the difference? That's the question we're going to answer today. Let's start by understanding how our bodies process carbs. The carbohydrates we consume are broken down into sugars, which then enter our bloodstream. This causes our blood sugar levels to rise, triggering the release of insulin, the hormone responsible for regulating blood sugar. Now here's where the difference lies. Good or complex carbohydrates, like those found in whole grains, fruits, vegetables, and legumes, are broken down more slowly, leading to a gradual rise and fall in blood sugar levels. This slow release of energy keeps us feeling full and energized for longer periods. On the other hand, bad or simple carbs, often found in processed and sugary foods, are quickly broken down. This rapid digestion causes a swift spike in blood sugar, followed by a sharp fall, leading to feelings of hunger and fatigue. Over time, regularly consuming these types of carbs can lead to health issues like obesity and diabetes. Now let's talk about some examples. Good carbs include foods like brown rice, quinoa, oatmeal, sweet potatoes, and whole grain bread. These foods are rich in fiber, helping your digestive system function optimally, and are packed with essential vitamins and minerals. Bad carbs, in contrast, are found in foods like white bread, pastries, soda, and candy. These foods are often high in calories and low in nutritional value, providing what we often refer to as empty calories. The key takeaway here is that not all carbs are created equal. It's essential to understand the difference between good and bad carbs and make mindful choices about the types of carbohydrates we incorporate into our diets. Realizing that not all carbs are the enemy is the first step towards a healthier relationship with food. Next time you're making a meal or reaching for a snack, remember this key distinction. Your body and your health will thank you. So, how can we strike a balance when it comes to consuming carbohydrates? When it comes to carbohydrates, it's not just about what we eat, but how much and when. Portion control is key. Our bodies need carbs for energy, but too much of anything, even the good stuff, can lead to weight gain and other health issues. For instance, a serving of whole grain bread is typically one slice, not half a loaf. And a portion of pasta? That's about the size of your fist. It's easy to overdo it, especially when we're eating out or grabbing takeout. So, getting familiar with what an appropriate portion looks like can really help keep our carb intake in check. Next, let's talk about quality. Choose whole foods over processed ones as often as you can. Whole grains like brown rice, oatmeal, and quinoa are better choices than white bread or sugary cereals. They're packed with fiber, which helps keep us feeling full and satisfied, and they provide a steady stream of energy rather than a quick spike and crash. Also, listen to your body's hunger and satiety cues. Eat when you're hungry and stop when you're full. Sounds simple, right? But in our busy, distraction-filled lives, it's all too easy to eat mindlessly, ignoring these important signals. Now, it's crucial to remember that everyone's carbohydrate needs are different. Factors like age, gender, activity level, and overall health status can all affect how much and what types of carbs you should be eating. For example, if you're a marathon runner, you'll need more carbs than someone who's sedentary. And if you have a health condition like diabetes, you'll need to be extra careful with your carb intake. Carbohydrates aren't the enemy. They're an important part of a balanced diet. It's all about choosing the right kinds in the right amounts at the right times. Remember, it's not about depriving yourself, it's about making informed choices. So enjoy your carbs, just choose wisely. We hope you enjoyed this video and learned something new about carbohydrates. If you did, and you want to keep expanding your knowledge, then we encourage you to subscribe to our channel. We regularly publish informative videos like this one, covering a range of topics that can help you lead a healthier, happier life. And don't forget to share this video with your friends and family. Maybe they're also curious about carbs, or perhaps they could benefit from understanding the role of carbohydrates in their diet. Remember, knowledge is power. So subscribe, share, and stay informed. We look forward to seeing you in the next video.